my wonderful, wonderful friends. Today we're going to be doing a soft-spoken shoe collection 3. The camera angle is really weird, but we're going to attempt it anyway. So for the first shoe, this is a snow boot. I love this sound. It reminds me of when I was younger. My mom bought us placemats, and they were always these 3D like placemats, and they would sound like that exactly. So I'm gonna do that sound. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I feel like less and less ASMR videos that I see have that sound that I'm looking for. And this fabric here is different than this fabric here. This is more, I would say, water resistant, which makes sense. It is a snow boot. And this more of like a fake leather almost, I would say. Another sound that I've been looking for is zipper sounds. That might be too loud. That is probably too loud, so let's stop doing that. We can fiddle with it. We can fiddle with the zipper. Another thing that this boot has is this is a fake fur. It's very, very warm. Very warm. I want to see what the sound on the mic sounds like. We'll see if that's any good. but it's a nice fur. Fake fur sound. Get some scratching sounds in, just a little bit. It has, I don't know if you can see it, this little umbrella. It's like a stitch. Have some gripping in there too. Oh, listen to that. It's almost like a foam sound. Okay. Shoe number 1. This is shoe number 2. It's gonna have some really good scratching sounds, I think. Because this is a completely bedazzled shoe. And I did not bedazzle this. This came bedazzled. If you guys, I'm pretty sure this is a pretty recognizable shoe if you're into designers and stuff like that. It is by a designer named Betsey Johnson. And in my opinion, she makes really good girly shoes. Because a lot of her designs are very sparkly. And I love that. She has on her website now some Halloween themed that are equally as sparkly and bedazzled. And they have little pumpkins. They're very cute. But I don't know if I'm willing to buy them. All of my shoes I generally don't buy from the designer website. I usually buy them from DSW. Way better prices, in my opinion. And this shoe is no exception. I got it from DSW as well. They have a few of her things, and I love them. Let's get some shoelace scratching here. I always love when Maddie Tingles does the shoelaces. Just scratching on the toe of the shoe now. It's almost like a Converse material on the shoe. It's that rubbery sole. Little crisscross pattern. And if I had the gain right, I'm not that advanced, but if I had the gain right, it could give you a very deep bass rumble, which I always enjoy. This is almost that zipper sound I was going for earlier. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that means I cut it out. We're switching locations because my fridge turned on and it was really loud. Very comfy cozy. That was a good deep beat bass. So, this shoe number 2. So this is shoe number 3. I think from all of my shoe videos, you can tell that I am a fan of Converse. These are special Converse though, because they are Pokemon. I don't know how many Pokemon fans we have. It definitely had an uptick in fan base a few years ago, I would say. At least 4 or 5 years ago. Because everybody started getting into selling the cards. Because they could go for a lot of money. I personally am not as into selling the cards as much as I am collecting them. Gotta catch them all. If you know, you know. I have probably 2 binders full, but it's not solely Pokemon. It is also Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because back in the day, collected Yu-Gi-Oh as well. But I wasn't as into Yu-Gi-Oh. I was more so into the Pokemon. And of course, as a gamer, I would play... I didn't really play too many of the Pokemon video games. That was more my siblings. There was one DS game, though. That was a dungeon game. It was neat because you could become a Pokemon, and you took a little quiz at the beginning, which I'm a huge fan of taking quizzes, personality quizzes, all that stuff. And I thought for sure I was going to be an Earth-type Pokemon because Bulbasaur was always my starter. Loved Bulbasaur. So I thought when I was taking the quiz to see which Pokemon I was going to be in the game, I was going to be an Earth-type. Much to my surprise, I was not an Earth-type. I was actually a Fire-type called Torchic. I don't know if you guys know Torchic. I was not familiar with Torchic. But I ended up loving playing Torchic. Something... well, that makes a good sound. So you can see here, it is red and white. Cool little detail that they did. It's only this first button here though. All the others are just white. That almost sounds like a felt. I guess I should elaborate on the gamer reference. So I not only played DS, I've also dabbled in Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch and the Wii, and of course I mentioned the DS. And I play a bunch of different video games. Halo was my first video game, and I'm talking like OG, original Xbox Halo. So that was my first video game. do some very little tracing. And I think that'll end it here. I think this was a good shoe collection. I think we had a lot of variety and some good sounds. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful night, a wonderful day, and a wonderful morning. Bye.